be the change you want to see. We have got to be the ones. I was just talking to somebody today about that for my podcast, things you need to know in life you didn't learn in school, and that we have got to be the ones, and we can do that. Reverend Val Mansfield is here to tell us all about Louisville Resident City Peace Project. You're the coordinators of the meditators.
Yes, we are. So we're sponsoring the Peace Project here in Louisville. We're looking for 3,500 people to meditate with us from September the 11th through the 21st. You'll get a daily email, and you'll just spend 20 minutes in that wonderful space of love and light. And part of what we're doing, it is a scientific study, so it's a prayer, meditation, peace study, and we'll be measuring the violence rate in the city. In Louisville, they publish the crime rate every 3 days.
Yeah, and it's not good.
Yeah, and so the more people we have, the better focus area we can cover.
Okay, so you all hear that? She just needs us to meditate.
Yeah.
That's not a huge request. Now, I heard 20 minutes, and sometimes that's hard. Can you do it anytime? Can you meditate any time of day, or is it one particular time of day?
Well, we would like to have people, the majority, at 7 a.m., noon, or 7 p.m.
Okay.
But you can do it any time of the day. You'll get counted whenever you click on that email. It's going to count you.
Okay, so if you're saying you heard Reverend Val say it's a study, Bethany Gonyea, she's the creator of the Global Cities Peace Project, and she is responsible for this study. Bethany, so explain to us, why do we think things will be better if we get lots of people to meditate? Granted, I think meditating and slowing down and just noticing peace is the best thing that you can do for yourself. But why the study? Have we ever done this before?
Yes, actually we're basing our work on previous studies. But how many of us have this study in our day-to-day lives? We're using prayer, we're using intention, we are asking for blessings to come into our lives. So we're just doing this at a city level, and we do this by sending out meditations. They're 20 minutes long. You would go to peacefulcities.org and enter your email, and we'll walk you through the process. And in the process, we bring our awareness down into the heart, and we open our hearts, and we ask for blessings upon the focus area. And what we found in the past is when we have the right ratio of meditators to the population size, there was a 25% reduction of violence in Schenectady, New York, and a 30% reduction in crime in Albany, New York.
So what makes it that it reduces? Just that you have more people focused on goodness and heart and love? Is that what does it?
Yeah.
There's something called the dosage effect. Just the way if you take a medication and you take more of a higher dosage, you'll have more of an effect. The same thing with all of us. If we can all train to move our nervous system into sweetness, into beauty, into gorgeousness, then we actually emit that, which is why we're calling it the Louisville Resonance Project, because we will resonate in peace, and there is this corresponding calming of the population. Now, my hope was that eventually we have more cities go involved, because the more cities who do this type of research, the more we can kind of validate and replicate it, which is what we need in science. So this is our third, so, more to come.
Dr. Val, Reverend Val, Dr. Reverend Val now, for me, I always try to make sure I'm doing what's right. I don't care what anybody else is doing. You can be mean to me if you want to, and I always try to give back love. It's not always easy, let me say that. But why is resonating or this meditating different than me just trying to be nice? What makes this different?
So when we go into that state of consciousness, focused on our heart space and our loving energy, it shifts who we are. And then that, once we become connected with the divine, I call it the divine, the spirit, God, whatever name you give it, it's all the same. And when we get into that oneness, it shifts and raises our consciousness and allows us to resonate at a higher rate, which allows others, even if they're not in that space, to become higher in consciousness. And one of the things that we've done is we have over 20 partners in the religious sector of Louisville and nonprofits that are joining with us in this project already.
The more people, the more meditators, the further it goes. Bethany, I only have one problem. I'm going to do this. I'm calling on others to do it. I am going to do it. But here's the thing. I try to meditate, and as soon as I say I'm going to call on peace and be quiet, and I'm going to try to resonate with all that is good in this world, my grocery list pops up, the things that I did not do in my home, old boyfriends, you name it. It starts jumping back in my head. How do we learn how to do it where we think it's really going to be meaningful?
Oh, Dawne, what a great awareness. What a great question. Excellent. That's why we're doing the 20-minute meditations that will guide you through the process. So you don't have to worry about if you're, quote, doing it right. And you brought up something, and that is that sometimes when we hold our intention on peace, we may not even realize that we're affirming, we may think about the opposite of peace. And we want to make sure that people stay on beauty, on love, on sweetness, because the mind wanders. So we'll invite you back to fall into the heart again and to feel love for your community.
Okay, I'm going to have faith in that because I got a monkey mind that just jumps. It just like jumps and goes everywhere. Reverend Val, again, tell us how we can, because I want to make sure that this email comes to me, and it kicks off Thursday, September 8th, and it's 11th through, what are the dates?
September the 11th.
The 11th.
Through the 21st.
Yes. Okay, and do we go to peacefulcities.org?
You go to peacefulcities.org and you sign up.
You and all the love and light that you will bring to our city. Thank you.
Oh, thank you for having me, Dawne. Thank you.
Absolutely. And Reverend Val, who was one of my ministers at Unity. I just wanted you to know. I know exactly who you are. So be ready for that, September 11th through the 21st. Thank you.
Thank you.
Reverend Val, I appreciate you.